Hi everyone, Ariel Adams here with theblogtree.com and IW Magazine. I'm here interviewing the CEO of Hublot, Ricardo Guadalupe. Good to see you again, Ricardo.
Good to see you.
So, we're here for a really interesting event involving boxing where you're working with the W.B.C. to set up a fund to help boxers who have had injuries and things like that, help take care of themselves later in life. My question for you is, how excited were the boxers to work with Hublot on this project?
First, we had this contact with the W.B.C. It was 1 year ago, and we had this idea to come with those 12 legends boxers and to do 12 unique pieces to raise some funds for this pension fund tonight. So it's going to be tonight. We hope to raise at least $1 million. We hope it would be great for them. And the boxers, for some, I think that WC did an incredible job to really contact them and to explain them what is the project, and raising fund was really the main thing before, let's say, the Hublot brand. And it is important for us that really the raising of funds is the main theme around this. And after, of course, it's a Hublot watch brand, which is completely unique and different. And now I think that we're meeting them step by step, and they're really enthusiastic by having, you have seen, a Hublot watch on the wrist.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people know that Hublot does almost more events than any other watch brand. And I've been curious about this, and I want to know what's special internally at Hublot that makes it possible for you to have so many events and do them so successfully.
But of course, the success of Hublot is due, of course, to a very good product. We have also a very good substance. We have our own manufacturer. But of course, a very aggressive and strong marketing. And we do a lot in the different worlds of sports, mainly, but not only that, like the football, like the Formula One, like Ferrari. And of course, at the head of our company, of our brand, we have one man who is Jean-Claude Biver, and you know him since quite a few years. I work with him since 20 years, and I think he's really the motor, the engine, and is giving really the energy to the team to do so many things, specifically in marketing.
So about a year ago, you took over the position as CEO of Hublot, and Jean-Claude Biver was the CEO before that. Now, I want to ask you a question. You and Jean-Claude have totally different personalities, and I want to know, how does your personality and his personality play together so that both of your strengths really come out in the brand?
Yeah, I think, we're totally different, that's true, but we're complementary.
Right.
It works together because it is this way since now almost 20 years. I started with him at Blancpain, and now Hublot is almost 9 years that we're together, and it works very well because we are different. I think I am more, of course, calm, less energetic than him, but I have also some ideas. But I make things happen, let's say. I'm more pragmatic.
Right.
I make the business happen, and I think it's why it works very well. He has one idea or 10 ideas every 2 seconds, and at the end you have to make those ideas become real, and I think I'm very good for that, to make an idea or a concept to become real, what is in the marketing or from a product point of view or whatsoever.
That's fantastic. I want to ask you, in terms of working in the watch industry for more than 20 years, what are some tips or lessons you've learned that you give to someone who wants to do as good a job as you have? What are some of the basic, most important things that you've learned that just have to happen?
The first thing that you must be passionate by what you do. And what I am today, I couldn't do another job than being in the watchmaking industry, because I love watches and I love to create new products, new concepts, new ideas, and I think passion is very important, and together with innovation and creativity, I think that's also something that every day you have to think yourself what you can invent more to make the brand successful in whatever field. It can be in the production, it can be even in the finance, in the administration, and of course, most importantly, in the marketing side.
Right. So, in terms of the product itself, Hublot is a very high-end brand, as people know, and you don't really need to spare expense when you create products because it's a luxury product. But what if Hublot was a more mainstream product? What would change about the brand, and what would remain the same if you had to create an Hublot affordable timepiece? What would that be like?
Yeah, that's a good question. Today we had an incredible success, We do about 35,000 watches, one very high-end segment, and the exclusivity, I would say there is a limit for the exclusivity that maybe is about 40 or 50,000 pieces, and to go further would change completely our way of doing our business and our positioning. And I think, of course, one day maybe somebody will decide it, but from my point of view, what we want is really to remain in the high end and really to increase, let's say, our possibility of sales and turnover more through the value in the product than really doing a watch would be at a lower price.
No, I'm not saying that you would. I'm just saying, like, theoretically speaking, like, you know, because like there's a lot of cool things in Hublot watch that, because of exclusivity, some people can't have. But like, what is one of the core things that if just like kind of like a what if you had to create a different brand that was the same DNA but a less expensive thing, like what would that be like for people?
I don't know. It's difficult to say for me. To interpret the art of fusion in a lower segment could be possible, but you know, for us, I think Hublot, we have really a base of customers that are really faithful to the brand, and I think it would be a mistake to do it. But that's why we stay as we are, and I think we will never do it.
That makes sense. So the term innovation is thrown around a lot, and it's obviously a necessary part of everything that you do, but it's difficult to define exactly how you do innovation. And you know, you're talking about the art of fusion, where you have traditional mechanical watchmaking, but really, really modern design. And you know, Hublot does it really well, but a lot of others don't do it well. What is the trick you think in Hublot by marrying sort of the traditions of the past with modern design that works so well in your favor?
But I think that there is a different mix. You know, of course, the vision that we have is working on materials, and I think that, for instance, the rubber has been really the first material that we came, and today all the brands are using a rubber strap. Even Patek Philippe is using a rubber strap, and to use ceramic, for instance, to use carbon fiber, and today magic gold is something unbelievable from creativity and innovation point of view. And of course, it's not enough. After you have to mix that with a very good product that has an appeal aesthetically, and I think that through our collection, the Big Bang collection, the King Power or the Classic Fusion, we have a product which has a strong identity, and I think the people really recognize themselves through this strong identity of our product, and this is also very important.
That makes sense. I want to ask you about technology in terms of production, in terms of marketing, in terms of distribution. How is technology going to be an increasing part of the future in Hublot?
But for us, we invest a lot in research and development, but in different fields. Of course, in materials, we are together with the EPFL, the University of Engineers in Lausanne. We finance a chair there for fundamental research on metallurgy, for instance. Ceramic, we work a lot of different ceramic, so the materials are of course important. On the other side, we're investing also from the movement and the technical point of view of the movement, and we try to come with some innovations through the material within the movement and through also the indications of some complications in a different way.
Okay. One last question, and this has to do with retail. Retail has been changing the last few years, and no one's really clear about where it's going. There's lots of different models. For you, in your opinion, what is the real future of retail for the high-end watch industry?
Well, I think that, of course, many brands are going on a very standalone boutiques strategy. We do ourselves also because we believe that in some cities, in some parts of the world, to have your own boutique and really to show what is our world to a consumer, it's important to have your own boutique, but I think you must still have a balance between boutiques and multi-brands retailers, because we need also multi-brands professional retailers, and it is important to work on both parts in the future, I would say. And from standalone boutiques, we are not retailers, and when we can, we do it on franchises, so in partnership with the local retailers as well.
That makes sense. One time, Mr. Biver said to me that Hublot is an internet brand, and what he meant is that Hublot has really successfully used the internet to get word out about the product, get people excited. For you, how important is the internet in the future of the brand?
Yeah, I think it is really our main platform, you know, to give informations about who we are, or what we are representing, our concept, our products, where you can buy your watch. So our main internet site is really our base to give this information. Of course, we are quite innovative in all what is Facebook or Twitter or even blogs. But of course, the thing is to arrive to one day maybe sell watches on internet, and for that what we are doing is that we are really through our WB.C card, which is our warranty card, we are having more and more Hublotista fans. We are creating a kind of club of Hublotista fans, and we can imagine one day, for instance, to offer a specific model for them as a first step to go through sales of product through internet, for instance.
Perfect. Ricardo, thank you for talking to me again.
Thank you.